Let's make some statistics. What about if everyone in this world would become an entrepreneur?
Oh, that's a pretty fascinating thought experiment. So, let's unpack it a bit. The world's population is about 8 billion people, so imagine all 8 billion trying to run a business. There'd be a massive surge in innovation, but also a ton of competition, right? We'd probably see a huge shift in job markets, like fewer traditional jobs, but also lots of volatility. And of course, you have to think about access to capital, education, resources. Some people would thrive, others would struggle. So, it'd be a wild ride. What sparked your curiosity about that?
Yeah, the point would be that everybody is an entrepreneur, so nobody is an employer or an employee, so everybody runs their own businesses. Do you think it's possible?
Ah, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's a big paradigm shift. I mean, theoretically, it's possible, especially in a digital economy where tools and platforms lower the barrier to entry. But it would be really hard to balance, like some industries just need scale, so you'd still have big players. And not everyone has the same appetite for risk or the same resources to thrive in business. So, it'd be an enormous social and economic transformation. Still, fun to imagine.
Fun? The key point is how to balance it. If you want to manufacture automobiles but nobody wants to work in the industry. And what about if you have a cruise but nobody wants to work, only the owner of the cruise? So how to manage this? Nobody could be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, that's a huge challenge because some industries just require a lot of hands-on, specialized labor like manufacturing or large-scale logistics. If everyone is an owner who actually runs the operations day to day, I think you'd still need a kind of hybrid model, maybe cooperative ownership, where workers have a stake but also share responsibilities. Or you'd have to create incentives like a social safety net so people don't feel forced to abandon these critical roles. It's a balancing act between autonomy and keeping essential services running. Exactly. Yeah, that's the core dilemma. Ownership is one thing, but actually running day-to-day operations takes a whole different skill set, and frankly, a whole different mindset. So, in that kind of world, you'd either need a huge cultural shift where people value and train for both roles, or you'd need some form of delegation or automation. Think gig systems, AI, or even short-term partnerships. But yeah, without a workforce stepping into those roles, just being a sole owner wouldn't get you far.
So, capitalism is not a functional way of economics only if there is an exploitation to other people. Otherwise, if everybody turns to be a capitalist, society collapsed.
Yeah, that's a really powerful insight. I mean, historically, capitalism tends to rely on a hierarchy, some people owning capital, others providing labor. If everyone tries to own but no one wants to work or trade services, yeah, the whole system breaks down. It's that interdependence. Capitalism depends on a division of labor, and if everyone's just at the top, that interdependence evaporates. So, yeah, without that balance, it can't really stand long term.
Otherwise, if you look to other type of societies that already exist, everyone has the same level that we can call it today like middle class because people don't have that much, but don't have that little. People can live longer and exist in a state of happiness without worrying about the consumerism that sometimes we don't know how to solve.
Absolutely, yeah. There's this really interesting contrast. I mean, a lot of traditional or indigenous communities, even though they have fewer material resources by modern standards, often have really strong social bonds, a shared sense of purpose, and less anxiety tied to endless consumption. So, there's this question. Is a good life about having more stuff, or is it about having more balance, community, and meaning? And I think that's something a lot of us are still trying to figure out.